All right, welcome back for our third game of the day for the 2019 Texas Rugby Union All-Star Challenge. We've got a top-tier match for you today with the TRU, Texas Rugby Union Seniors, in blue, and the Midwest in the hoops, the green and the white. Earlier we had our under-24, essentially a collegiate side play for the TRU, and they were defeated pretty soundly by the Pacific Northwest. And then following that, we had the South playing the TRU Motley Crew, and some people were asking about that on social media, and it's just because we had a team drop out kind of at the last moment, so we had to put another team together. And so some of the clubs in Texas rallied, and we were able to get another club together, and then they chose the Motley Crew name, which is quite fitting for rugby. So here we go with blue kicking off, the TRU kicking off to Midwest. Got a lot of superstars out there for you today on both sides. We've got a couple of Eagles. TRU has Nick James, and then the Midwest has Charlie Jacoby. And then, of course, we've got Rob Kane here. He's been here all weekend. He is scouting, seeing him writing players' names down, and then he's been chatting with the players. So a really good opportunity for these players. Reedy taking the ball quick here. Looks like TRU is challenging inside of the 22. A little short whistle there. We may have one player down, so they'll have a medic over here. Oh, we're still playing. It was a whistle on the other side. So we do have another game going on behind us. Good, nice job scored by TRU. Number 13, Ronnie scoring there. So Texas Rugby Union going up 5-0. Really early in the match here. So like I was saying, this is a TRU All-Star event. It is reminiscent of the USA Rugby ITTs or NASCs that were played in the past. We missed it, and so we decided to put this tournament on. We started about 4 years ago, and we've been growing the number of teams that have attended and the types of teams that have attended over the years. We started with club sides and then a few other all-star teams, and now we're made our way up. We've doubled our participation and made our way up to the 8 teams. And Jordan, JY, is going to take the kick conversion attempt here and see if she can make this 7-0. And we've got one more game for you today coming up. We have the Capital Selects, Old Glory Capital Selects versus Mid-America. Those are 2 GU All-Star teams. We'll see if she sneaks it in. Looks like she did. Beautiful kick there by JY. So TRU up 7-0. Just a few minutes gone. And so if you're not familiar with Select Side or All-Star Rugby, this is club rugby, and then they have tryouts, and then the teams will be selected by the coaches. And they're from various clubs, and they all come together and play together. So, similar to a Barbarians International, if you're familiar with that. But really an opportunity for players to play with next level up players and make sure that everybody's kind of playing at the same level. And then generally we've got, really specialized coaching happening as well. Most of these teams have, a full coaching roster, strength and conditioning coach or a fitness coach. And I was talking with the Pacific coaches earlier today, and they're keen to come back to this and continue this tradition with us of having these types of tournaments, so where we can get players in high performance environments and make sure that they are getting that exposure to the next level. So Midwest kicking off to TRU, and they're going to bring it out of their own just below the 40. So crossing the 40 now is Britt McGee of the Austin Valkyries, and TRU still on the attack. We've got our JY at fly half for Texas, and generally she is a very strategic kicker, so you will see her kick. Right now we've got kind of the fullback is a little flat, so I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't try to look for some territory there. And the TRU, they also run kind of a flat forward pattern, so you'll see them taking that flat ball. But so attempt there to kick JY, but it was knocked down. So TRU keeping this one and attacking. Out to Bonnie Richardson playing with Hark. But it looks like a little bit of a forward pass there. Referee Rebecca Portlock of San Antonio calling that one back. So it'll be a Midwest scrum, first scrum of the match. So in the scrum here, we'll be looking for a big push from Midwest. Typically, those Midwest teams are pretty good scrummers. You can see the size difference already. Those locks are much taller than anybody Texas has. But those 2 Eagles in the front row, so we'll have to see how that goes with Jacoby and James. And Midwest putting in for this one. You can see some adjustment happening. It looks like we just got a little bit off balance there. It is a little bit slick. It's almost like the sprinklers were on last night. So you can see some of the jerseys have gotten a little bit dirty, and you can see the mud on their cleats, but it's not too bad out there. It's actually pretty dry. So they'll just reset here and just move over a bit. And so we are doing a tier format, just like the old ITTs and ASCs. So if you've been to this tournament before, you automatically, this time around, got put in the top tier. So Midwest came last year, Mid-America came last year, Capital came last year, and then, of course, the TRU has been here every year. So we wanted to reward those teams. And then the newcomers, everybody else is in the bottom tier, and they're working their way up to the top tier. So whoever wins tomorrow out of Tier 2 will be promoted to Tier 1 next year. And then if they are the bottom of Tier 1, then they would drop down and have to work their way back up. So a very familiar format for those of us that played there. But Midwest taking that scrum. We're under a bit of pressure. And that scrum, that pass there, just a little bit low. We'll see what Midwest can do with it, though. Another reason we wanted to do that format, the top tier and the bottom tier, is that teams can then get their full 80 minutes. And that's Jacoby taking Britt McGee down with a nice fend. But then they can get that full 80 minutes and really get that feel for championship rugby. And then it also allows, Rob Kane, or if we've got any other scouts here, allows them that opportunity to see a player in an 80-minute format as opposed to a 40-minute, scrimmage, tournament atmosphere. So it gives them that full look of what a player can do in that time frame. Really nice kick there by Midwest, bringing that out. You'll notice that Midwest, it looks like some of their jerseys have wonky sizes. So Jacoby's in a 5, even though she's playing 3 today. So you'll see a little bit of the wonky numbers. But Reedy with the ball here again, getting that attack started for Texas. Out to Jerry and Austin Valkyrie, and then she gives it to Sophie and Austin Valkyrie. We've got James on the run there. Nice little gate entry there, and then out to JY. And out to Crow, and then to Ronnie. And then all the way out to Natasha, so we're all the way out to the wing here. So Barbie will bring it back across for us. A Hark player there. Reedy is an Austin Valkyrie's player. Nice offload to Jerry. Oh, maybe a little knock there, unlucky. So we'll come back for the scrum. Really nice attacking platform there for Texas. Nice linear go-forward ball. They, last year, weren't able to win the championship last year, so they're looking to a little bit of blood this year. Mid-America took it last year. So I think they're looking to bring this tournament home because it's our first year to give out a trophy, because before we never really, wasn't necessarily a championship, it was just an event. So this time we've made it a championship, so there is a trophy on the line. So we'll have a put in by the Midwest. And I believe that's Shea putting it in. Nice, pretty stable scrum. A little bit of a push from Texas, but not much. So they're able to get it out. A little bit of a low pass again to that 10. So she's really not getting good distribution, but a great low driving kick. We'll see if Bonnie can get it before it goes out of bounds. Bonnie Richardson of Hark. Looks like she can. A little bit of a left-footed kick there. I'm pretty sure she's not left-footed, but that was a nice skill. So gathering at Midwest. Immediately under pressure, though, it's Bonnie again. She's a former sprinter, track star, who was on USA Rugby's radar a couple years ago when she was at Texas A&M, but she just declined and said, I want to play just for fun. But she's a true athlete, track star, broke lots and lots of state records in her time in college and high school. Really good, prolific player. So it looks like another scrum here, so maybe a knock-on when Bonnie made that tackle. So it'll be a Texas scrum with Barbie Blair putting it in. Barbie from Houston, the Hark team. So a nice little split here. We do have quite a few of Valkyries in the forwards, and then the backs is a nice switch. We've got a few San Antonio players and even a Texas A&M player as well. And the Midwest has a nice little split, too. They've got quite a few from Chicago North Shore, Detroit, Chicago Women's, some Fort Wayne. The Will County Morgans are in there, Fox Valley Vixens. So like we were saying, wow, what a tackle. Let's see if we can get her number. I think it was number 13. That'd be Megan Ayen with a big hit there on Reedy. But like I was saying earlier, these are teams that are mixed of clubs, and so you'll get some of your top-level players that want to play in the next level, and then you'll get those developing players as well. So it's always interesting to see how these teams kind of shake out. So quick hands here by Texas. Looks like Tobar's on the run. She's short, but stolen by the Midwest. So Texas will go on defense. And we've got just one score so far, 7-0 in this match. Nice little evading run there. Jacoby's over for the ruck. That pass is just quite low, but she's going to just give that dip kick again. So nice low driving kick, but it's gathered. Now Bonnie's got it. She's out to Barbie, who wasn't quite ready for that. But she makes do. And they're going to go short here to the forwards. And they've got Jerry waiting in the pocket, so scrum half can go to Jerry or she can go out to the back. So a little dummy there, show by Jerry. She needs some friends, so she gets it out to JY. And then to Crow, who throws another dummy herself. Offloads to JY on the loop, and then nice little handoff there to Roni, and then to Crow again. It looks like Bonnie's going to get over. She does touch it down. So a really nice job there by Texas, just moving it through the backhands with a little bit of a loop in there from JY, but a great job to get that score and go up 12-0, and we'll await the kick. And so for this tournament, we had some of the players write down some of their fun facts, and so I pulled out some of the ones that I thought were really fun. Amy Martello of Chicago North Shore also played at the University of Illinois at Chicago. She's a school librarian and coaches high school water polo and swimming. She loves Chipotle and Gatorade. Those facts are, it's funny because you ask the players to write these down, so you just never know what you're going to get. Let's see. Also, we have Ariane Lozerne briefly held the record for the fastest pint chug in college, so she's proud of that. See if JY can slot this one. A little bit of a farther kick out on the edge here. Doesn't look like she's quite got the leg for it, so we'll keep that score 12-0 to Texas. We've got about 14 minutes or so gone. Weather here, it's actually quite warm for Texas for December and Texas at this time. Usually we're 40s, 50s, and it's our wet season, so it's dry and warm. It's almost 70 today. So perhaps some of these teams that aren't used to this heat, the South team was complaining that, from Tennessee, some of those players, it's in the 30s and the 20s. So possibly with the Midwest, we know they've been getting a lot of snow up there, so they could be feeling the heat today as well. So we're going to restart here with a kick by Sarah Anderson. Nice high kick. Taken well by Leslie, though. Taken down. And then Midwest fanning out for that defense. Nice line speed there by Midwest, stifling that attack a little bit. Texas is able to keep it. They keep going to the same side. Looks like Jerry's on a break. She's going to offload. I think that's to Emily. Looks like Emily's going to get through. She's got one more defender and looks like she's going to touch down. 17-0 for Texas. We have seen quite a few of these matches today being blowouts. In that first match, we originally wanted 2 under-24 sides to come to the tournament and have them play each other kind of in their own bracket. But one of the teams couldn't make it, so we had to fill with that Motley side. So they stepped in and played in the regular bracket. So having college players play against these, in that case when they played Pacific, there's some WPL caliber players there. That's tough. So we saw that scoreline pretty high. But expecting this one to be a little bit more contentious. When Midwest has had the ball, they've been able to move it well, and would like to see if they can get that pass to the fly half scrum half connection, get that a little bit higher and see what that fly half can really do with a good crisp pass. So we'll have to see if that adjustment is made. So now it looks like we've got Sophie taking the kick here. Sophie is new to the Valkyries. She's only played for a couple of months. She came from St. Edward's out of their soccer program. So we've been seeing her taking quite a few kicks, just getting a feel for that oval ball as opposed to the circle ball. But she's picked up very well. They originally started her as inside center and then put her in at the lock. She goes back and forth, but nice low driving kick, but it doesn't look like it's up through the post. So a nice attempt there. Just maybe needs to put that toe through it all the way. It looks like she's pulling up a little bit there. All right, so here we go. We've got a score of 17-0 to Texas, with a little bit under halfway to go. So we'll have the restart from the Midwest. And so our goal with this tournament is to mimic the ITTs, like I said before, but we'd like to keep it at 8 teams, and we'd really like it to have every GU represented. I mean, we're doing well with Texas, Capital, Mid-America. We've got South now. and Pacific has come as well. So we're getting our way there. We'd like everybody to have representation, though. And it really speaks volumes to have USA Rugby sending Rob Kane and supporting our tournament. Nick James with the kick over the top there. But we really appreciate USA Rugby and their support and sending Rob Kane, because that's the goal of this tournament. That was the goal of the original ITTs, was to have players scouted, and that's our goal today. Rob gets a lot of exposure to the WPL teams, but he doesn't necessarily get that much for these D1 and D2 and D3 teams. So we really want to make sure that he can, see these players and that they get that exposure. And last night they had that player clinic, and they were able to, get one-on-one coaching with Rob, which was great. Little kick through by JY, but it looks like on the pickup, Emily couldn't quite did it. So a little bit of a knock there, and we'll come back for the scrum. So a scrum to Midwest. But like the clinic I was saying last night, it was a players clinic, and then we had a coaches clinic on Thursday. Had about 25 coaches out, and then had about 100 athletes out for Rob's clinic. And then he was able to work with the coaches that he worked with the night before to have them help with the clinic as well. So some of these players, it's their first exposure to a USA caliber coach. But it sounded like they were having a good time and really learned quite a bit in just a 2-hour session. So that's kind of the atmosphere we're trying to build, is have some clinics and some development for the players and coaches that are coming, and then open them up to everybody in the area, and then have these matches so the players can make sure that they're getting that next level as well. So it looks like Midwest gets it out, but it's a little bit tight. Good kick by Midwest. Oh, it is a little bit short. I thought it went a little bit farther. Harder to tell from all the way over here. So a little bit of maybe a inside the 22. So line out to Texas. I would expect McGee to be throwing this in. Oh, actually looks like she's walking back, so we may have somebody else throwing it in, maybe Jerry. Just looking for the ball here. But we really appreciate everybody tuning in. We're happy to be able to bring this stream, the Texas Rugby Union. We stream all of our championship matches, club championship matches. We want to just be able to show everybody what we have down here, and then also some players don't ever get filmed, so this gives them an opportunity to have film that they can share with, if they want to be recruited for college or whatever they're looking to do. They've got film now that they can share. And we're working really closely with our partner Nutmeg Sports Media as well. I'm very happy with our partnership there. So nice line out, though, bringing it down for Texas. Short ball to McGee. And expect them to go quickly to the backs here. Nope, they go short. Reedy, maybe backwards here. We'll play on. Nick James grabbing it. Out to JY again. Short ball to Crow. Nice defense. Tried to get her, couldn't quite get her. See if she gets over. Ronnie, not quite. It's a little bit short, so Texas having to ruck here. Going to go short ball to Jerry. Quick ruck again. Barbie having to get down on the ground for that one. Looks like Leslie may be over, but might have a player under her. Looks like it's held up. So we'll have a scrum to Texas. When it's held up on the attacking team, you get it back. And then they get a shot again. So Midwest will be a little bit under pressure here. Coaching staff for the Midwest is Mary Swanstrom. Midwest at large, she's a USA Rugby educator and athletic trainer. I just heard that she actually has moved to Houston, so we're happy to have her in our area. She's also a coach, so we'll be using her services as well. And then also assistant coach is Justin O'Connor of Wisconsin for Midwest. For the Texas teams, the head coach is Luis Oweezy Sanchez. He's also the Austin Huns men's director of rugby, as well as the Austin Valkyries head coach. Tracy Young is a forwards coach. Troy Spencer, another forwards coach. And then we have a strength and conditioning, Matt Fringe. And we've got a couple of other assistants as well for Texas. So full team there of assistants. Texas looking to push this in. Can really see the flankers trying to push here, but it's pretty stagnant, so we're expecting that use it call from the referee. It keeps going. Jerry pulls it out. Let's see if she gets it in. She doesn't quite get it. Barbie reaching. Looks like she's short as well. Great defense by Midwest here. Stopping 2 try attempts. Maybe a knock on there, we'll see, or held up. Yeah, it looks like, not quite sure if we're doing we have a sub coming in. Looks like for Midwest. Amy Martello coming in. She is replacing I believe they were saying Amy. I'm just waiting to see your number. Number 1, Amanda Anderson coming off. So it's a Texas ball, so it was held up. So we will see another big scrum here. We'll see if they drive it in and maybe get some ice cream. It's a very Texas thing. If you drive in the scrum, then you can get ice cream. The coach usually buys it. So we'll see if we get a forward try here, a pushy try. Backs look ready. All right, ball's in. Midwest holding up well. Now the shove is on. Ooh, secondary shove stopped. So we'll see. So Jerry's going to pick it, and Barbie's going to try to go for it here. A little bit of an offload. Nice job there. Really good job offloading to Natasha, scoring. So smart play by Barbie, seeing she had 3 players in front of her. So peeling it off the scrum from Jerry, and then Barbie seeing the players in front of her and just tossing it. Oh, wow, we may not have a try here. It looks like it was knocked on. No try. So knocked on there. She didn't quite get that touchdown. So we'll have a scrum to Midwest. So a lot of pressure under Midwest now that most of the play has been down here with Texas attacking. So Midwest has been playing quite a bit of defense. We haven't really seen too much of Midwest. There's been a couple of good kicks from their fly half. But we haven't seen Midwest with the ball too much. Midwest fly half is Whitney Swanson. So we'll have to see if there's any adjustments to see what Midwest can do to answer to this Texas team. Getting it out nicely out of the back, though. Good long kick by Swanstrom. Bonnie gathering. She's got looped by Natasha, though. She's going to go forward. And she is caught and offloads to Jerry. Slow ball coming, but getting it out to Tobar. And Barbie going to deck, but getting that pass out to Crow. To Ronnie. Oh, maybe a knock on there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a scrum to Midwest. So good pressure by Midwest to cause those knock-ons coming up quickly. We'll have to see how this scrum goes. We've had a little bit of a push from Texas. It hasn't been dominant, but it's been a slow push backwards. It's almost a secondary where Texas just tightens up and then is able to give a shove. And you can hear maybe behind us, we've got the Huns playing Corpus Christi, our men's D3 for the TRU. It sounds like the Huns are doing well. A couple of scores already. So we'll have a Midwest put in by Scheel. Good put in, but Midwest just getting pushed back. Get it out. Not going to kick this time, so a little bit of an inside ball. Taken well by Tobar. Good tackle. We'll see what kind of attack Midwest has here. Maybe looking to run it out. Good defense by Texas so far. Now we're going to have a little pooch kick, maybe touched by Texas. We'll have to see. See if she can gather it. Nope, taken into touch, so bundled into touch. So Midwest line out, so really good job there. So some positivity. We have a call coming in from the sideline, so Midwest might have a secret play here. Don't know if anybody saw that Barbarians women's secret play on the penalty. It was a free kick, so they did a little bit of a fake line out. Kind of broke the internet for a little bit. Nothing illegal about it, but the Barbarians are known for silly plays like that. Stolen by Texas, though. Reedy out to Barbie. So we didn't get to see Midwest's secret play, but nice run by Sophie. And then the clear out at the ruck. Midwest had hands on, but the clear out. So we've got a prop magic there. Nick James to Alexis. Now we've got Nick James tackling fellow Eagle, Jacoby. And now Nick is in there, clearly offsides with that poach, but gets lucky, and it's only a scrum to Midwest. So you can see a little love there from Jacoby and James. Usually playing with each other, not against each other. So we'll have a Midwest scrum. Got about 26 minutes gone, so about 13 minutes left in this half. Score of 17-0, one try taken back, knocked on, so. But a pretty strong half for Texas. We've been playing almost all of it here inside of inside of Midwest, so they've been playing lots and lots of defense. They've been pretty starved of the ball, and that can be pretty tough when you don't have the ball and you can't, get positives from it. So we'll have Shield putting in the ball here. Oh, it looks like a scrum half may have been switched up on me. It's actually Schroning putting it in. Apologize for that mistake. So here we go, Midwest out to the wing. Couldn't quite gather it. Crosby with that little tip there, but no knock on. Or no, there was a knock on, so advantage to Texas. No advantage came, so Rebecca Portlock with the scrum call to Texas. So another scoring opportunity for Texas. We have seen them pushing a bit in the scrum, just putting Midwest under that continual pressure. And then, dynamic Jerry Thomas coming off the back of that 8. She can either take it herself and use that fend, or she might give it to Barbie on a quick pop, and then Barbie, with those ninja skills, will often pop it off herself as well. Not quite sure what we're waiting on here. We might just be having a chat. I don't see anybody down. Sometimes it's a shoe tie, or maybe it's just Jacoby putting up her ponytail. So everything looks situated, so we'll go ahead and pack down here. Portlock, the referee, also a player. She plays for San Antonio Riveters. So she is a dual track athlete is what we call them here. So she plays and referees. Her women's schedule is only 6 to 8 games, so that allows her quite a bit of time to play when she's not, to referee when she's not playing. Only been refereeing about a year and a half, doing really well. Barbie there just getting caught. No knock on though, so Texas has it, but it's a little bit of messy ball. Tobar moving it out, so another knock on there, unlucky. Natasha just knocking that on, so scrum to Midwest here. But really loving when we have those dual track athletes that are doing, coaching and referee or administrating and playing, really giving back to the game in multiple ways. So it looks like Portlock's talking to him a little bit about shoulders out, just making sure that we've got all our safety and we're legal at the scrum. All right, so we've seen Midwest kick quite a bit, and then the last scrum they ran it out, so we'll have to see what they choose here. And again, we really appreciate you joining us. We've got a full slate of matches tomorrow. Everything will be seeded again at the end of the night, and then we'll know our matchups tomorrow. But there are 2 tiers, so teams can't move up and down, but they'll play within their tier. Oh, a bit of a messy scrum there, but Midwest is able to get it out. And they didn't kick it this time, so they're going to run it out. Breaking that first tackle. And another. Oh, into touch, though. So just dancing on that touch line, and so it'll be a Texas line out. But like I was saying, the top-tier teams will play each other tomorrow, so we'll have the winner of this game and the winner of the first match play each other, and then the loser and loser play, and then same thing in the bottom tier. We'll do the matches that way. So part of it's just to make sure teams come back every year, because we want to make this event bigger and better every single year. So if you break into tier 1 and you do that by winning the bottom tier, then you're more likely to come back and really want to play for that honor of the top tier. Nice throw by Texas. Down to Barbie, out to JY. She pops it into McGee, who's got Tobar in support. And then we're going to go out to the backs again. JY will put up the kick every once in a while, and she does, because that fullback was kind of flat. So now she's going to be under quite a bit of pressure. She's got, bummer. So she kicks it straight out there. And not quite sure if the Texas player touched it. I think she may have touched it. And that was Natasha. I think she may have touched it, so it will be... Oh, nope, she didn't touch it. It's hard to see around all the players, so it'll be a Texas line out. And they're joshing with her because she tried to pick it up and didn't quite make it. So we'll have a Texas line out here. Got about 10 minutes left in this match. Nice throw, good catch, out to the backs. And a skip pass, another skip. Lots of forwards there for the support, though. Out to Bonnie, and then out to Emily, who's got some serious speed. She's showing it now, and she's able to touch it down. That's 2 for Emily. So 23-0. Texas well in hand for this match. Midwest putting up a fight, but they just haven't had the ball very much and have just been playing defense the whole time. It's tough for a team that has to play defense like that the whole time. They haven't been outside of their side of the field since the early minutes of the match, so that can be tough. But we hope you'll stick with us. We've got Capital versus Mid-America coming up next. So Capital is of the Northeast Empire region, and then we have Mid-America, middle of the country, Kansas, Missouri kind of area that the teams are coming from. And Mid-America has been with us from the beginning. They've come every single tournament we've had, so they've been kind of our partner in crime. Did have a coaching change this year, KJ Abel replacing Anna Kunkel, who has moved to the Netherlands for her job. So she's moved out of the country, but I'm sure she'll be back, and would love actually if she came back to Texas. She was here for many, many years. So it looks like Sophie's going to try the kick again this time. Better strike this time. See if she gets it through. Yep, nice, very nice kick there. So score of 25-0 for Texas. Second half kind of winding down with 6 or 7 minutes to go here. We can see what Midwest can do to kind of answer to this Texas team. Looks like the Huns have scored again behind us. Men's club D3 behind us happening. And the best part about these kinds of tournaments is that they have teams, all different divisions. So both teams have D1, D2, WPL players, and then there's even a couple of sides that have D3 players that are playing with them this weekend. So, imagine being a D3 player and playing with the D1 squad, what you can learn from that. It's just phenomenal as well. And then we've got the college team that's participating this weekend too. And they did take quite a beating this morning, but I talked to their head coach, Nick James, who's just carrying the ball. I talked to her, and she said they're just happy to be here and, telling them that wonderful kick by JY. Let's pause on that commentary moment here to see what happens. So it looks like Midwest able to gather. She's going to be under a lot of pressure here. There's lots of blue shirts. So we'll have to see who comes out of it. Looks like Midwest was able to come around and a little bit of support there, but I think Texas has stolen it. They have. A little bit messy, though. Nice ruck from Jacoby coming in there and just kind of mussing that up. It looks like I think Jacoby might have it. She does. She's just killing it. Now it's coming out. So really nice job there by Midwest to kind of kill that positive kick by Texas. But I was talking to Nick James this morning, coach of the TRU under-24 team, and she was saying that they were just happy to be here, those college kids, and telling them that they played against basically half of a WPL side in Seattle Saracens, who have players on the Pacific team that are playing in the Canadian League up there, playing high caliber teams. I mean, you thought we'd given those kids a cap. They were so excited. So wonderful experience for them. They're going to get another match tomorrow. So they will play the TRU Motley side, which is made up of D1, D2, and D3 players. So will be a nice matchup for them tomorrow to see what they can do in their second match of the weekend. So it looks like we may have a Midwest line out. I was just seeing if we are going to have a substitution. We're not. The player was okay. So Midwest line out. Schroeder almost stealing that, but Midwest keeping it. We're going to have a maul here. It's a little bit high, so we'll have to see if Midwest can get it out. Reedy's tying it up. She is rolling away. She needs to check on those maul laws because she doesn't need to roll away in a maul. But Texas able to steal it. Big defense from Midwest, though, right there. She almost got the tackler. Nice job there, tackle. But Texas still on the run. Midwest players coming from behind, having to tackle from behind here. Just under pressure. Immense amounts of pressure is Midwest. And we've got it into the hands of Bonnie, and then she gets it out to Emily, who's already scored 2 tries this match. Looks like she reached for it, couldn't quite get it. So I think we're going to see if she either went into touch or just checking. Rebecca's just checking with her AR, Jared Ford, to see if it went into touch or something else here. So we'll see. We've got full teams here, referee team, match official teams. We've got everybody certified. We have assistant referees that are high level. Oh, they're just checking on a try. So it looks like she did get it. So Jared Ford, assistant referee, helping with that call. So a try third try for Emily. So we're up to 30-0. But like I was saying, we've got our high-level referees here this weekend. They're all from Texas. The good thing about this tournament, too, is that they get to referee high-level rugby and work with a team of 4, because we've got a center referee, 2 ARs, and then the number 4 official who helps with substitutions and controlling the sideline. So they're working in teams as well and using this as a development opportunity as well. So it's not just for the players and coaches, and we also have got some development for the referees as well. So it's really just an event that can just grow the game. And we've seen the first year we did this where we had the 4 teams come, we did this, we had 20 people at tryouts maybe. There just wasn't really, it had been a couple of years since there was an all-star team, and there really wasn't any, excitement around it, and some of the players that had done it before were older, including myself, and so we had to kind of teach the teams what All-Star Rugby was and what it was about. And this year we had 50 players at tryouts for Texas. I heard that Capital had 60, so it's really just growing and growing and growing, and we're just seeing more and more participation by unions and players alike. So that's exactly what we want. Kick is good, so we're up to 32 for the score. And we've got to just have a couple of minutes left in this half. But again, we're on the referee's watch, so we'll let Rebecca tell us with that final whistle when it is over. These players will have it's a full roster of 28 for the weekend, and so they're able to move players around as they need. It's a locked roster for the game, but then if they need to move players around for injury, they can do it for their next match. So it's another opportunity to bring a bunch of players and let everybody play. Nice break there by Leslie, former Texas A&M, current Houston player. So she's able to get over that line and just barely making it. You could tell that gas was running out, but a really nice individual effort off the kickoff there, taking Texas to 37-0. And we've seen Texas rugby just growing and growing itself. We've had the Austin Valkyries and Hark, our women's D1 team, and then the third team here is the Dallas Harlequins. But we've seen dominance from Houston and Austin for many years here. And so Austin last year going to the national championship and losing by 2 points. And then Hark the year before went and got 4th place. And so it goes on and on from there. We've had a big presence at the national championships at the club level. And then same thing with our D2 team. It's a second side of the Valkyries. They've gone to national championships every year and have done well. And then Chicago North Shore in the WPL has done very well for themselves. So just lots and lots of teams here. And everybody just growing the sport. It's really good to see. Kick was missed, so we'll keep that score at 32. Just double check my math here. Yeah, 36. Thank you. I was just checking my math, and my number 4, who's amazing, came over and said, "You have it wrong. Do it again. It's 36." So thanks, Cole. He helped me out. All right, we probably just have a couple of minutes left here. We'll see how Midwest can do with just a couple minutes to go. So teams will regroup at halftime, and we'll see if the Midwest has any subs come in. I know Texas will have some coming in, so we'll have to see the changes that are made for both sides. And we've still got one more game to come. We've got Capital and Mid-America coming up. It'll be our last game of the day at 3:45. So we hope you stick with us if you're watching on the stream. And Texas out there. Looks like Fru couldn't quite get that one through, so she just stepped through and then Texas able to keep it. So no knock on, they'll play on. Emily's got it, our triple try scorer. And then out to Fru again. She's just bobbling it. It was a little bit of a low pass, but looks like she's able to keep it. And then out to the forwards who are in a back line. Out to James. One tackler, can't bring her down. She's looking for that offload. She gets it to McGee. Nice tackle, though, by Midwest. So Barbie will bring it out to JY, who's going to put a foot to it. Oh, knocked down. Really great job there by Megan Ayan, knocking that down. She's got those long arms. So Midwest is going to steal here, and let's see what they can do. They're on the other side of the field for the first time in a long time. And you can hear they've got numbers on the outside. Oh, she takes it inside, though. They had 3-on-1 on the outside, but Midwest still on the run. Fly half has it now. Looping pass. This is the most we've seen of Midwest with the ball this half. So it would be great if they could get in and get 5 points or 7 points. Oh, Texas has stolen it. So a steal there by Texas in the waning minutes of this match, first half. Nice offload by Leslie de Tobar. Oh, it looks like Midwest has maybe stolen it. Maybe Jacoby on that. Nice little offload there. And Dykes on a good run. Texas has stolen it again. So She's keeping it in. She's keeping it. She's going to go tight, though. A little bit of a kick over the top. Initial bounce, but gathered well by the scrum half of Midwest. 2 players immediately there, though, for the double tackle, and Texas has stolen it again. Yeah, I think that's going to be a penalty, though, just playing that ball on the ground. So Midwest just wanting to probably slow this down. Maybe if time is up, can kick it out. But again, we're on the referee's watch. So we'll see. Looks like they're having a chat about what they want to do. They will play if it's kicked out. That law has been changed numerous times, but we're on the current iteration that if you kick it out, you will play the line out. But it looks like they're going to go for the penalty play. I imagine they're going to go to Jacoby. No surprise there. Out to Jacoby, who smashes her would-be tackler, Leslie. And then we're on the run, Midwest here. This is the most activity they've had in this half. They spent most of the time playing defense, but Nick James there for the poach. She deserves that one, but referee letting it go, so she doesn't survive the clean out, referee deems. Nice little short ball, flat pass. Ooh, a kick over the top. It's going to go into touch. It's going to roll into touch. We'll see if we've got any more time here. Looks like it's going to be halftime, so we're going to go into the half 36-0. Stick with us as the teams are just going to get some water and hang out for a bit, and we'll be back.
Okay. I'm a little tied up. Can I call you back a little later? All right. All right, later.
Did you get the kill on film? Oh, really? Did you get the kill on film?
Bro, what was he thinking?
I don't know.
I was like, no, he's gonna go around. He's gonna go around. I was like, oh. Hey, that's a year maker right there, though. I love that.
Sorry, he's not gonna remember that.
Come on, Aaron!
Oh, there you go. Stay in, there you go.
Come on, boys! Nice, Aaron! Come on, Aaron! Come on,
no idea when he's just running around just wrecking people, you know? You're like, well, that was all illegal, and that was illegal, and that was illegal.
Now you're
Hey
off.
boys,
Yeah, right.
this is where we work on the pattern. Let's slow it down and work on the pattern. Ask if he's ever going to throw a card for them killing the ball all day.
That was sincere. Feel my age today.
I'm gonna put all these in a Dropbox folder. Send you the links. And
Sweet, dude.
pull
That's
out
awesome.
whatever you want.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, I'm
Actually,
good.
I've got I know
Whenever
where I
you
put
are.
them. We just Dropbox.
About 10 minutes, ladies.
All right, welcome back to the second half. We're going to see the second half of Texas versus Midwest. Texas has a pretty sizable lead, 36-0. So we'll have to see if Midwest has made any changes at the half, and also see if Texas made any. It looks like Texas does have a couple of new players in already, I can see. Got Rebar in at number 25. We'll see if we can see any other faces or numbers that are in for Texas. Maybe 22 is, I think Casey's in. Nope, she's not in yet. So we'll kind of keep an eye on the subs for you as we can, and we'll do the same for Midwest. Midwest is a little tougher because some of them started with wearing number 19 or wearing number 18. So that one's a little bit harder, but we'll do our best. I will. I'll do my best. It looks like Carla's in for Texas, number 23 as well. And kick doesn't go to hand, the kickoff. So it'll be a line out to Texas. We saw Midwest under quite a bit of pressure in the first half, really not having much ball time until the end of the first half. And, really often they're having to just kick under pressure or just try to pass it quickly under pressure. We haven't really gotten to see their game plan yet, where we've had Texas has just had tons and tons of time with the ball. So nice line out by Texas, though. JY going to take a little bit of a run, a short pass to Carla at the inside center, 23. And then Barbie's going to dish it out, but it looks like, nope, she can't quite get it out. And got a little bit of a looping pass, and you can hear the sideline just saying, somebody go in, set a ruck, let's restart. So knock on there by Texas is going to be a Midwest scrum. So nice start by Midwest, driving Texas back. So that's what we really wanted to see in that first half. So we can see that chat with their head coach, Mary Swanstrom, doing well for Midwest already, seeing it change. And seeing a change of behavior already. So it looks like for Midwest we do have a couple of new subs in. Number 23, Brooke Schreffinger is in. And let's see if we recognize everybody else. Looks clean and or I've seen them on the pitch. So it doesn't look like there's any other subs at this point. And so these teams will play again tomorrow. And will Midwest getting a free kick there. Jacoby definitely milking that one a little bit, I think, but just smart play by a smart player. So Midwest on the attack here inside Texas's 5-meter. Slow ball, but able to get it out. This would be big if they could score right here on the start of this second half. Messy here, but Midwest, it looks like it's coming out slowly. Rebecca, the referee, not coming out. So just blowing a penalty there, assuming it's got to be for something at the ruck, so not rolling away, or at the tackle, not rolling away would be our guess. So quick tap, and Midwest is just going to go themselves. She's going to try to run it in herself. A little bit of a messy breakdown there. Hard to see what's going on, but Midwest right there. Just digging it out, scrum half, number 19 for Midwest. Met at the line, good defense by Texas. This is really the most defense they've played the whole game. It's coming out again. And they're going to shift to the backs now. It looked over shift there by Texas, but well handled by Crow. Messy ball, but Midwest doing well to keep possession. It's coming again to Midwest. They've got some numbers if they can get it to the outside. Pressure, though, coming. She might be able to last through. Let's see if she can push through. She's reaching, but not there, so she flips over, and Midwest will have another shot. Lots of numbers now. Barbie on the tackle, trying to hold her down. Looks like try. So Midwest, beautiful answer to their first half. 5 points for Midwest. And that's what you want to see of a team coming out at the half and, not doing so well in the first half. And then they can just answer right away and make it 5-0, and we'll have the kick to come. So really nice answer by Midwest there. That halftime chat just let them come together, kind of figure out what they wanted to do. Did we want to have a second half where they try to come back or just let it roll? So it looks like they're going to have an answer for this. So 36-5, and the long comeback begins for Midwest. The kick is going to be tough. There is a little bit of a breeze out there. It's hard to tell, but there is a little bit of a breeze. Nothing crazy, but she is almost on the touchline. So we'll have the attempt at a kick here. And it's a low driving kick, so that's not going to make it through, so we'll keep it at 5, so 36-5. Midwest scoring in the first couple minutes of this second half. So a nice answer by Midwest. We'll see what Texas can do now. Have the kickoff, the restart. JY with the restart. Usually they like to put it up deep and kind of chase them down and pin them a bit, so we'll have to see if that's the choice, and it looks like it's going to be. So putting it, semi-deep, not too deep, right outside the 22, but taken well by Midwest. And now we're starting to actually get to see the Midwest plan. That pass is a little bit better than it was in the first half. It was low, hard for that fly half to gather, so she couldn't really get anything going, but now we've got a good connection, it looks like. Scrum half calling in for more help. Just looking for more help is Shield of Midwest. Looks like it's on the deck, so it's going to come out. It's going to be slow. The forwards might keep it here. Looks like they're going to do a little bit of a driving shove there from Jacoby. A hammer ball. And again, we've seen a kind of a shift here and it goes out to the backs. Double skip. She's got a little bit of space, and she's got friends on the outside. Really nice here. We've got some space. First real attack by Midwest. Oh, offloading to Texas, though. The triple score here, Emily. So great attack by Midwest, but just offload was errant and not to the right person. So we've got the ball out to Midwest on the attack now. And slowing it down a little bit, Midwest, just getting them set. Out to the fly half, to the backs. And then just Midwest seeming to prefer that slow ball here where Texas is playing the quick ball. So kind of two different sides here, but a different halves, tale of two halves at this point, because Midwest barely had the ball in the first half, and all we've seen is Midwest at this point. So forward again by Texas, so it's going to be a scrum to Midwest. Sorry, I've got to do a little bit of dual parenting here. My wife has the kid here, and we're trying to do the handoff to the grandparents, and I'm clearly busy, and she's coaching. So give me a second here while I just double time my work. So we'll see if we can get the kid handed off safely. All right, so a scrum to Midwest. And we'll see what they do here. They Originally in the first half, we saw them under pressure a lot. They were backed up, so we saw a lot of kicking. So we haven't really gotten to see Midwest's game plan till now. A lot of close in forward, kind of those power hammer balls. Texas stealing, though. So Barbie out to the backs. And moving forward is Texas. And out to the try scorer of the match. She scored almost every point for Texas. She's done very well. And moving that ball back. She's got lots of support. And so, again, we're seeing that contrast where Texas has got that. They want quick ball. They want it as fast as they can. And then they, are just trying to move it as quickly as they can, where Midwest is a little bit more structured and almost waiting until their pods are set up until they move the ball. So contrast of styles here. So we'll see Texas here on the run again with the attack. Now starting to see their game plan. Starting to see a few hands on the hips. That we've talked about the weather a bit here. It is a little warm here in Texas, unseasonably warm. It's in the 70s right now.
Sorry, I started running out of gas. Sorry.
So teams are just kind of, dealing with the weather a bit. So into touch, it'll be a Midwest line out near the 50. And maybe not straight, but we're going to play on. And Midwest, a little inside switch. Nice. She gets past the line. She needs help. She may not need help, excuse me. She was looking for help initially. Number 13, Megan Ahen. And Midwest still on the attack, going to the pod. Little dummy, nice little show there. So definitely a different side for Midwest here. Nice to see their response to Texas immediately here in this second half. So a little bit of management there having to come from the referee. Players coming in from the side, but doing well to manage that. Stolen by Leslie. And now Frew has it. Driving forward for Texas now. And now McGee's got it. Breaking through. 1/2 line break. Here's Sophie. She's got just the fullback to beat. Doesn't beat her, but is able to go down good and present this ball. So you can tell scrum half was late, but Crow able to pick it up and keep the Texas attack going. We've got Bonnie breaking through. She'll go through for her second try of the match. So 41 to Texas to 0. So Texas again answering back. So that first try by Midwest was 36 to 5. Now we've got 41 to 5. So a nice answer for Texas there. Plenty of time left in this match, though, for the Midwest to keep going. We can see Mid-America's warming up on the back of the end goals, and we've seen Capital around as well. So we've got one more match coming after this one. The last match of the day will be Capital versus Mid-America, both returning teams to our event. Mid-America's been with us since the beginning, so it's their fifth year here, and then Capitals came last year and this year. So we're really happy to have these teams coming back and joining us year after year, and we're just looking to raise the standards and make this event bigger and better every single year. So it looks like Barbie's going to come off. She may have taken a hit to the face there. Barbie's known for having black eyes and other injuries, so she'll be fine. We'll see who she was replaced by. Looks like we've got Anna is on. Anna Torres is on. And I think she may have been the replacement. So it doesn't look like the kick was through. So we will, just confirming some subs here. I think JY might be coming off. Looks like she is going to come off. Cole! Did she make the kick? Okay. So the kick was not made. So 41 to 5. Double check with my number before I got the score right. So it looks like JY's going to come off. So Anna came on, and then we'll get you whoever came on for her. Oh, it looks like Casey Curl is on of Houston. So a couple subs for Texas. Midwest holding off on those subs. We got McGee on the restart. It looks like Texas is just going to go back to the game plan. That tight attack, go forward ball, rebar with it to Casey, to Frew. Several offloads here. Nice job to Crow. Casey, just a little bit of a crazy pass, but Casey gets it. Oh, Casey Reynolds is in now from the Austin Valkyries. So Carla on the run here. Nice tackle, gathered in, maybe knocked on by Bonnie. We'll have to see. Referee says no, play on. Yep, it looks like we've got Casey Reynolds in at scrum half now for Texas. And then out to Leslie, who beats one defender, former basketball player, supreme athlete herself. She's got one defender. Defender came really hard, so it was a tough angle. It looks like Leslie's going to touch it down to make it 46-5. Texas going back to the drawing board here. You could hear their coach yelling for that. They like a tight, go forward attack. Because why make everybody run wide if you don't have to? So just getting back to that kind of game plan, and you can tell that they're just back to the business of scoring here. So Midwest again, just under pressure. We were seeing that Texas was, inside the 22, inside the 5, and then finally getting over. Now we're seeing those line breaks. So that might be a little bit of that fatigue and fitness kind of coming through. And where it's the weather. Like we've been saying, Midwestern's getting quite a bit of snow, and it is not 70 where they're at, and it's 70 here today. So it's unseasonably warm, so everybody might be just kind of feeling that. Looks like the kick is up and is good. So 48-5. Really looking forward to day 2 of this event. Like I said, we're going to shuffle the teams in the tiers. So they're broken up into Tier 1 and Tier 2. So the winners will play, and then the losers will play. And we've got a trophy on the line, and then promotion and relegation on the line as well. So if you're the top of the bottom tier, you move up to the top tier for the next year. And then if you're the bottom of the top tier, you move down. So nobody wants to move down, so even that consolation match tomorrow is really, really important. And everybody wants to make sure that they're, not being the team that gets dropped down, because it's super tough to get back up, because you got to win and then come back and play the next year. All right, so we're just waiting for this restart by Midwest. Nice high kick, taken well though. Looks like Molly Whitman's on the pitch. We'll be losing Molly. She's relocating to LA. Fancy lawyer, she's relocating to LA. And we'll actually be missing her wife as well, Rhea, who is playing on the Motley side. And they'll be leaving the Quins as they both move to L.A. Big tackle there by Ayan of Midwest. Nice job there. Good defense. Hey, Tobar, can you guys move in? I can't see when the ball comes in. Thank you. All right, so it looks like Texas has emptied the bench of their subs, so we'll have no more subs in there. It looks like McGee's coming off, Leslie's coming off. So Texas has put in all their subs.
I had 2 and 4.
So we're just making this switching here. So Leslie's actually back on. Knock on in the line out. We'll see if the referee deemed it as a knock on. She did not. So Texas getting those subs worked out. We'll let you know who's come on in just a second. It looks like Elsie has come on at 19. And then Molly came on at 18. And I think there's one more sub. We'll try to get that for you as I can figure it out. Midwest hasn't done very many subs. Looks like they've got a full slate of subs over there, but they haven't subbed much. But some teams do differently throughout the weekend. They might play one set roster for one game and then another set roster for another game. So you see varying tactics and techniques throughout the weekend. So Midwest on the attack here. Ayan trying to get over and get that breakthrough, that line. She can't quite get through, but Midwest will keep the ball here. They're going to keep going to the same side. Just shoving through, breaking through the line. Rebar trying to crawl out of the way. Make that effort for that referee. Nice defense by Texas. And now Midwest using their backs a little bit more. We did see them having those tight hammer, crashes with their forwards earlier in this half, but not seeing that now. We're seeing it right out to the back, and then the fly half, and then she's making the decision if she goes to the forwards or the backs. So another change in game plan for Midwest here. Big tackle though by Texas. Couldn't quite see who it was, but driving her backwards, and Texas has stolen that ball. But a nice big tackle by Midwest, answering. There's a spider on my paper. That's what you get for being out in the outdoors. All right, so we got some numbers on the outside for Texas. You can hear their coach maybe yelling, quick, 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 out to Bonnie. former track star. Legs for days. She won't get caught. She's going to go through for another try for Texas, making it 53-5. The lone try coming for Midwest early in the second half and was the start of a comeback, but I don't know that we're going to see that now. The points just might be too many. We'll have to see, though. But Texas really taking control of this game and dominating. So unless there is a major, major comeback from the Midwest, we will see Texas in the championship tomorrow. And we await who they will play in the final between Capital and Mid-America, which is your next match. The kick was made by Reeder, so we've had 3 different kickers for Texas. 55-5 is your score. And Midwest just taking another second to regroup down there. Just get organized and stay in this. Texas feeling pretty good about this match, you have to say. The matchups for tomorrow will be Pacific Northwest versus the USA Rugby South. And that's going to be at 12:30 tomorrow. And then the consolation of the bottom tier will be the TRU under 24 and the TRU Motley side. And again, we've just had some comments on the social media of why are we calling them a Motley team if it's an all-star tournament. And it's just because we had a team that couldn't make it at the last minute. So we rallied with the union and got as many players as we could here. It's a mixture team again. So it truly is a Motley. They have players playing out of position and just stepping up. So really happy that they were able to do that so we could keep it at 8 teams. So they will play the collegiate side tomorrow, the under 24 side, and then Pacific Northwest will play USA Rugby South tomorrow. So have a full slate of matches for you tomorrow, and still awaiting the winner of this match, and then the next match, and we'll let you know who the winners are of the top tier and the bottom tier. So they'll play. So the big game there, of course, is the championship. Crow breaking through there. Let's see if she's got the legs. She doesn't quite have them. Was looking for a little bit of support, but didn't make it. So throwing it into touch. But so the big game tomorrow, of course, is that promotion match. So that'll be the first top tier match of the day at 12:30 Pacific and USA Rugby South. It essentially the winner of that match then is in the top tier for the next year. So they'll come back and then be able to play for the trophy. And then, of course, we'll award a trophy tomorrow after the 2:15 match. And we'll be waiting to let you know who the championship match will be. So we hope you'll join us tomorrow as well. We've got a full slate of another 8 matches for you tomorrow. So Midwest lineout stolen by Texas, and they've got big numbers on the outside. We can see Midwest is sliding. A little bit of a pass just in front of the intended receiver. But Casey Curl wrapping it up and is able to get through. Casey is a Sam Houston State University collegiate player, and then now she plays in Houston. And she recently broke her finger, awful spiral fracture, and is having to have several reconstructive surgeries, and they've essentially said, you can't make it worse, you can play. So she's crazy, but that's what rugby players do, I guess. So we've got Leslie trying to break through the line, can't quite make it, so Texas over for this ruck. Forward pick here, a hammer run. And we've got scrum half Casey Reynolds just directing from the back. They're just going to kind of eat the clock up maybe here. Oh, nope, she's coming in now. So she'll get it out to Molly, a Dallas Harlequin, one of our D1 squads. And she's got friends there. She's got Hark, Rebar's there, and then Casey Reynolds going to the right, out to Casey Curl. And then she offloads to Carlo, who tries to get the quick pass, but we've got a little bit of a Midwest hand in there. So it goes to deck. See who comes up with it here. It looks like Texas. Going to get it out to Ana Torres. And then out to Frew, out to Rebar. And they've got to be inside the 5 at this point. Reynolds getting it out to Schroeder, who's taken down in a big tackle. Midwest may have stolen here. I think they have. So turnover ball. We may see maybe a kick. No, it's going to go to the forwards first. Down to Dykes. Texas, I think, has stolen it back. So a little bit of back and forth here. And still just grinding it out as the Texas forwards. If anyone wants Nick James' autograph, I have her sitting right here. $50 though, she says. Wow, that's tough. All right, so out to the backs. Errant pass, but Crow picks it up. She's going to get over the line, so a nice try there by Crow. 60-5 is our score. Okay, I just couldn't tell. Yeah. So 60-5 is our score. We'll have the kick, the conversion attempt coming up. So we've got about 10 more minutes in this match. Oh, okay. Just kidding. Looks like it might be out, the match. We'll go on that referee's whistle, though. We'll go on Portlock's whistle. Didn't start my watch for the second half. That's my fault. A little bit of a low driving kick. It is no good, but it looks like we're going to have a restart. So the score remains 60-5. Just waiting for Midwest to get back up to the line here with just a few minutes to go in this match. We got just having a... Yeah, I think we're all confused. So you have 16 minutes left? Okay, cool. So we have 16 minutes left in this match. Absolutely it is, broadcast. Just talking to my assistant referee, Jared Ford, here. You know, just a two-way conversation that you can't hear part of it. So here we go with the kickoff. Midwest restarting. Yeah. And Reedy taking it in. And a nice job there by Schroeder of Hark driving through. We've got Whitman. Out to the backs, curl, little dummy. Short pass to Carla on a flat pass. And out to Reynolds again, and then to Frew coming in at that forward position. Half line break. Nice support by Texas forwards. And Dom is in from San Antonio, or Corpus. Dom is in the match. Reed breaking through. Torres is over. We've got Midwest calling for help on the other side because there's lots of Texas blue out there. A little switch by Casey and Crow. And then she's able to offload again to Crow, so it's the Casey Crow show. And then to Frew, who's a little bit alone. She needs some friends. Here comes Rebar. We've got the winger calling for it. Emily wants another try. She wants 4 tries. She can get it to her. They go the other way. Out to Leslie again. Try. Maybe. Let's see. I think it was a try. Yes, it is. So Leslie over for another. So 65 with about 14 minutes left in this match. How can there be 15 minutes left? There's no way. Just waiting for the kick here. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Kick is not good. So 65-5 is our score. Still quite a bit of time left in this match. We'd like to see Midwest get 1 or 2 more. They did get their sole try very early in the game, in the second half. It was kind of the answer that we were hoping would be that comeback. Hasn't come to fruition. It's been a lot of Texas again in this second half. But we'll see with this restart. It's been going short for Midwest. So again, just trying to go for that little chip, seeing if they can get under it. They don't. Reedy gets it. And then Reynolds is going to go out to the left this side, out to Dom, who's made her presence felt for sure. And now Rebar takes a couple of them to get her down. Support's a little late, though. Midwest is there, but it looks like it's going to come out. Reynolds not afraid to dig. Casey on the bounce ball. She's got some speed. Looks like she's going to get around the outside, and Casey's going to score her first 5 points of this match. So that makes it 70-0.
Just go that way.
So another try by Texas here with about maybe 10 minutes, maybe 9 to go once the conversion happens. You'll have kickers at this time definitely take that whole time they're allotted just to let their teams both get water and any last-minute words from their coaches and kind of manage that clock. And so, again, we'll hope you'll stay with us. We've got one more match on the day, the Old Glory Capital Selects versus Mid-America, and then we start again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central with the TRU Under-24 college side and then versus the TRU Motley side. And Tim talked about it a little bit this morning about why we decided to go with an under-24 instead of an under-23, which was very traditional. I played on an under-23 team, and it was really fun. We did some research here in Texas, and we actually found that there are lots of players that take a gap year, don't go to college, play immediately for a senior team. So when you label it, essentially a college side, they can't play. And we wanted to make sure everybody could play, so we changed that age just 1 year. And as a result, this morning, you saw Nadira Smith, who is a Houston player. She's under 24, so she was able to play on the college side. And that was a really good experience for those college players to play with a senior team. And there was one other player also that is under 24 that was from Hark as well that played on the under 24 team too. So it's just another opportunity to kind of let those players that maybe never played for a college side or never had that experience to get that opportunity. So Dom on the restart, making some ground, 5 meters, 6 meters until she goes down. And then out to the right, Reedy, out to Whitman. And then Reynolds is going to switch directions here, out to Rebar. With nice support. And then they're going to keep going to the left. Out to Curl, who's at fly half, who spins it out to Crow. Short ball, it's a loop. Crow again. Oh, out to Emily. It was just behind her shoulder a hair, but Emily's able to get it again. Bonnie's in for the ruck. And Texas, lots of backs over that. We love to see that. And then Whitman again. Never. And then all the way out again. Nice tackle. Driving Texas players backwards. And then still Texas with the ball here. Reynolds getting it out to the forwards. Leslie's alone. Looks like she's looking for an offload. Doesn't quite make it, so Midwest has stolen here. It's coming slowly. They've got lots of numbers, on this side if they can get it out. It was just 2 props, basically. So Texas is getting organized now. If Midwest can get some quick ball. They don't again. It's slow again. And off the back shoulder, but not a knock-on, so we play on. Ahern making some ground here. And then out to Schraffenberger, 23. And then back around to the fly half, who shows for a kick, and then she does decide to kick it. Nice, deep kick. Bonnie's there. Let's see what she can do with it. Gathers it, gets a lucky bounce. She's going to kick herself. Left-footed kick. There's nobody back. The bounce is in the Midwest favor, though. Still there. She's got time. The fly half. Bonnie gathers her in, though, and smashes her to the deck. And then Midwest now on the attack. Out to the fly half again, who dumps it off to a forward, rumbling through. She's working to get it back. Texas almost stealing there, Frew almost stealing, but Midwest keeping it. Just slow ball for Midwest, but they got a pod. See if they can beat the one. Nice leg drive here. Tackler was able to get her down, though. Still moving it out. Short pass. Gonna have off the feet possibly here. Blue's able to roll away, though. Out to Ahern. Or excuse me, it might be Dykes on the run there. Texas has stolen. Gonna run it just up the pitch. Looking to realign and just reset things with a ruck. And then out to the backs. Curl to Crow. Skipping Natasha. Out to Bonnie. A little bit of an inside pass to Crow. She can't quite handle it. So it could come back for a scrum. It will come back for a scrum. So we've got possibly 7-8 minutes left in this match. Looks like it wasn't a knock-on. It must have gone backwards, so we're still playing. Out to Frew. Taken down hard to Leslie. And then Reynolds is going to move it out to the backs. Looks like we do have a sub coming on for Midwest in a moment. Pass is not to hand, but Bonnie's able to gather it. She's making her way through. She can't break through. Texas still on the run.
Hammer!
Yeah, it looks like Rebar's going to pick it up and just try to take it in herself. Typically, we'd see Texas do kind of some forward picks here of hammers. Looks like a try by Texas. Can't quite see who scored it. No, it's a penalty. So then quick tap by, not sure who got that one over, but a try nonetheless by maybe Rebar. So 70-5 for Texas. And it looks like we do have a Midwest sub coming on, number 22. Morgan Haggerty on the pitch now for Midwest. So some fresh legs for Midwest. About 5 minutes to go. Nothing. So we'll just wait for the kick. Reedy's going to attempt the kick. Low driving kick. Looks like it is going to go through. So 72-5 is our score. Maybe 4 to 5 minutes left. We got, of course we go on the referees watch. Ours is just an estimate. It's the third game of the day, so it's a long day. We've got one more match coming up directly after this one, 3:45. Old Glory Capital Selects versus Mid-America GU. So just waiting for this restart. Lots of points scored today. Had all 3 matches have been pretty lopsided. We're hoping tomorrow that once everything gets reshuffled, those matches will be a bit more competitive. It's always tough when you have teams that have never come to a tournament before, they've never played together before. It's their first assembly. You never know what's going to turn out. But we're just happy everybody's here and looking forward to day 2 of this event. So we can see Texas is on the attack here. Looks like they had a small knock on there. So it'll be a scrum to Midwest in the last couple minutes of this match. And so tomorrow we will again start at 9 a.m. with the first match of the day, and then it goes straight on through till last match is at 2:15 tomorrow. So we hope you'll join us again. All right, just waiting for this put in. Looks like they're going to stand up. Not quite happy with that. So they're going to stand up and just reset. Safety always the primary concern for anything that we do here in rugby. And it sounds like the Huns won behind us, playing Corpus Christi. Men's D3, it sounds like they've become victorious. So restarting again. I'm thinking that's going to be a Mayday call. I think somebody probably called the referee to pull that one up, and they just couldn't hear it maybe on the far side. So just let the players kind of slowly come up as they can. Looks like everybody's all right. Having never been in a scrum myself, I don't know what that's like. Always stood on the outside and fed the ball in. So just wait for this restart. It's been a fantastic day. Pacific Northwest really getting a run in this morning, 127 points. Not something you normally see in a rugby match, but they were able to get all their subs in as well and really just work on their continuity. And then the second match of the day was USA Rugby South, 66-10. And then this match, unless there's more points scored, we're at 72-5. Kind of a messy scrum there, but it looks like Texas has come out with it. We've got lots of players playing scrum half. Everybody's getting in on it. Kind of like a 7-side playing 15s. And that was Elsie taking that ball in, and she's able to get it back. Reynolds is getting it out. It was just a little bit messy.
Take it for a ride, dog. Take it for a
And Dom's on the run now. And Texas still hungry here, not stopping. There's no foot off the gas here, but it looks like Midwest is stolen. And just, going back to their pattern, slow ball. Nice run there.
Keep screaming at him, Emily. Keep screaming at him.
Got some Texas players in that ruck, maybe messing it up, maybe stealing it, but yeah, correctly penalized. So we have a penalty to Texas. So Midwest, see what they do here. Some tired bodies out there. It's quite warm. It's unseasonably warm for Texas right now, so you can see where those bodies are a little bit tired. And they're going to do the penalty play. I don't know who it'll go to this time because they took Jacoby out. All right. Goes to the other prop, who's met by Reedy, but she wins that battle. And then she's driving through, still not tackled. Finally taken down by Casey Curl on the one-legged tackle. And we've got a pod forming, but it was a dummy, so it comes out to the backs. And looks like we're going to have a little bit of a scrum there, so we've got to be really close here to the end of the match. But referee, we've got a little bit more time.
Leslie, that time though, yeah?
It's got to be close. Last few minutes here. Just moving it over, like we mentioned earlier, the pitch is slightly wet. It's almost like the sprinklers went off last night. It's not, sopping wet by any means, but there have been a couple of scrums today that have been moved over just to make sure that everybody can get their footing. So could be getting towards the last play of the match, but it'll be a scrum to Texas in blue. And looks like we've got our scrum issues worked out. We reset a couple there. And Reedy's going to take it off Leslie's going to take it off the back to Curl. She offloads to Crow. A little bit of running sideways, so she shows the dummy, and then is able to offload it to Bonnie. Now back into Crow. Big tackle though. Looks like they're gonna keep going. Back out to the left. Almost to Frew, but it didn't quite make it to hand. Looks like Midwest has stolen.
What's going on here?
They're going to bring it back for the kick. Just try to relieve some pressure. And that'll be it. So that's it. So TRU winning this match 72-5. Nice work by TRU. We'll see them tomorrow in the championship match. And we'll be back at around 3:45 for Old Glory Capital versus Mid-America.